Hey there, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. Tonight we are cooking curried sausages. Here's what we need. And this particular recipe we're serving with rice, which I have started using the absorption method in the microwave. So come on in and I'll talk you through these ingredients. So before I talk you through the ingredients, you will also need a large frying pan, or I'm using my big saucepan, a stirring stick, a plate to put the sausages on, and a pair of tongs. And then ingredients are as follows: 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 500 grams of pork sausages. These are the thick ones that my butcher makes, especially, well, he makes sausages, so they're from him, so they'll be really good ones. 3 sticks of celery, which I have sliced up. 2 large carrots, which I have sliced up. 1 large red capsicum, which I have diced. 3 medium potatoes, which I've cut into chunks and popped in water so they don't go brown. 1 onion, which I've diced up. 1 tablespoon of curry powder. I actually need to open that one up. That's a brand new one. 1 to 2 chilies. I haven't sliced them up. I'm leaving them whole. I'll just take them out at the end. A 40-gram packet of French onion soup. This is the best one to use. And 2 cups of prepared beef stock, which is 2 cups of water with 2 teaspoons of stock powder. All right, so it's fairly straightforward. This is one that if you have plenty of time, or maybe not, you can adapt to do in your slow cooker, and you'll just quite simply put it all in, pop it on low for maybe 8 hours or 4 hours, depending on what you want to do. But I'm doing this on the stovetop today because I am running late as usual. But anyway, we will get it done. So first of all, we're going to heat our olive oil in the large frying pan or saucepan and add the sausages. So let's go do that. Okay, so I'm using the one over the back. Okay. I'm just extremely tired today. It is my one day off and been running around after a very late night last night. Okay, so that's cranking on. Let's get those sausages. Now, I normally just order them off my butcher and I ask him for what I want. So in this case, this is 500 grams of pork sausages. I always try and go with the thicker ones just because they're the better option. I'm just going to make sure that they're not all in one long sausage. So much for summer here. We have 1 or 2 really hot days and then you go into cold days. All right, so these are actually joined. I'm not going to leave them in one. I'm going to cut them. Just grab a knife and cut them. In they go. Oh, they are nice and thick. Yum. 3, 4, 5. We are going to take these out and then cut them up, so don't stress. Wow, I got 6. Okay, so we're just going to cook them. We want them to be golden. And then we can move on to the next step. There they are, in there. Okay, so when your sausages are like this, so they're almost cooked right through, remove them with your tongs onto your plate. They're still a little bit underdone, but we are cutting them up and they are going back in for 20 minutes. So we don't want them overcooked. All right, let's go get our veggies. Oops, we want that one, thank you. Okay, we are adding our celery, carrots, capsicum, potatoes, and onion. Carrot, celery, capsicum, onions coming up, and potatoes. So we've got 5 serves of veggies in here. In goes our onions. I'm just going to drain off the potatoes. They're going into. There we go. Give it a good stir around. You want to cook this part for about 5 minutes. That's what we're looking at right now. 5 veggies cooking away. Yum. The rice is done using the absorption method. You can use whatever rice you want. If you don't want rice, you can do mashed potato, but I figured because there's potato in this, I wouldn't overpower it and do rice with it. So I'm turning it down to very low. Popped a timer on for 5 minutes. We're going to slice the sausages up while that's going on. Just pop over to it from time to time and give it a quick stir. So slice the sausages, grab a nice big sharp knife. Probably going to be hot or not. Oh, they're not too bad. Slice them up pretty thick. I have visitors. There he is, the ginger cat. Off you go. Go. Of course, they think it's dinner time. If a piece falls on the floor, they'll be happy. If it doesn't, they'll be sad. Okay, so these are nice and easy to cut up. As you can see, they're not quite cooked through, but we didn't really want to burn them. We just more wanted to give them a really good head start. Yes, my butcher, he does amazing sausages. And they actually make them fresh there, which is so good. They're not buying them in and selling them. Yum. All right, let's go. Okay, so after 5 minutes, we are bringing the sausages back, all sliced up, of course. In they go. So as I said in the intro, if you want to do this in a slow cooker, you're very welcome to, because you basically would just be chucking everything in. But I would advise to still brown the sausages, only because you're cutting them up. So I'm going to put the stock in next. We want to bring it back up to the boil. So let's pop it on 4. I'm just putting a little bit of extra water in because there was a little bit of stock left in the bottom there. We're going to pop the chilies on top, open the French onion soup, and add our curry powder. So leaving the chilies whole so they can be picked out. Sprinkle this over the top. You can buy this one or you can get the salt reduced one. Your call on that. Sprinkle it over. Stupid thing. In you go. Get in there. All right. Whack that in. Now I should have opened up the curry powder instead of washing up. Priorities. But let's open the curry powder. We're going to pop in a tablespoon. Oh my goodness. Okay, I was going to say they don't want me to open the curry powder. All good. All right, 1 tablespoon coming up. Of course, there's a extra thing in there, which I don't mind when I'm buying it new, but when I'm trying to open it, annoying. All right, 1 tablespoon. Here. Allow for a bit of spillage there. No. Well, that's pretty close to it. It's all dried up. Brand new and it's all dried up. Gotta love it. So we're going to have one of these summers where, there you go, I'll put too much in there. We're going to have one of these summers where we have a hot day, then we have a cold day. And I'm trying not to think about it because I don't want to get sick. All right. Grab your stirring stick, give it a stir. So we want to mix all the liquid in, the powder. Yum. We're going to bring this up to the boil, and then we are going to simmer it on medium heat until potatoes are soft and liquid has thickened for about 20 minutes. So I've got it on 4. I'm going to crank it up to 6. Give it a good stir. All right, I'll see you soon. So now we're coming up to the boil. We're going to turn it down to a low simmer, pop the lid on it, but not like right on it, if that makes sense. Leave it sort of ajar, like so. Turn it down to about 2, and I'll see you in 20 minutes. Yum. Okay, I've given it a bit over 20 minutes. I've just stabbed a potato and tried it, and it's fine. So if you're going to serve it up now, make sure that everything is done. If you're warming it up, it doesn't hurt if some things are a little bit underdone, because when you warm it up, you're going to be cooking more anyway. So thank you for watching this episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. This has been curried sausages. Catch you on the next one.